Okay, let's dive right into this. If you've ever been scratching your head about endless dust or a surprisingly high energy bill, you are definitely in the right place. We are about to solve a really common household mystery that could be hiding right inside your walls. Just think about that for a second. What if, hidden away where you can't see it, there's a problem that's not just making your house uncomfortable, but is also quietly draining money from your bank account month after month? So, that secret saboteur we're talking about? It's the clogged air duct. It's one of those out of sight, out of mind kind of problems, but believe me, its impact is anything but hidden. Right, so when your ducts are all blocked up, your HVAC system has to fight like crazy just to push air through. It's like trying to breathe through a tiny coffee straw. That constant struggle means it's running longer and harder, sometimes for hours more every single day, which is exactly why you might see that sudden spike in your utility bill. It's also why one room can feel like a sauna while another feels like an icebox. The air just isn't getting where it needs to go. A really great way to picture this is to think of your ductwork as the lungs of your house. It's the respiratory system, and just like with our own lungs, when they get all congested with dust, pet dander, and whatever else, the entire system just struggles to take a decent breath. So how much does it struggle? Well, get this. According to the National Air Duct Cleaners Association, all those contaminants can force your system to work so much harder that you end up paying what's basically a 20% dust tax on your energy bills without even realizing it. I mean, that is a huge chunk of change. So, how can you tell if this hidden saboteur is at work in your home? Well, it's time to put on your detective hat. Your house actually gives you a ton of clues when something's wrong. You just have to know what you're looking for. First, just use your eyes and your sense of touch. If you feel like you're dusting constantly and the dust just comes right back, that's a major sign. And next time your system is running, just walk around and hold your hand up to each vent. Is the flow strong and consistent, or is it weak and barely there in some spots? That's a classic sign of a blockage, kind of like a kink in a garden hose. Okay, now let's use our other senses. Are you hearing weird whistling or rattling noises? That's literally the sound of air being forced through a tiny debris-filled opening. And then there's smell. If you notice any kind of musty or damp odor coming from your vents, that is a major red flag. It could mean moisture is building up, or even worse, that you've got mold growing deep inside the ductwork. And here, you can really see how one tiny issue can spiral into much bigger problems. Like, for example, something as simple as a neglected filter leads to excessive dust. That, in turn, tanks your indoor air quality and can make your allergies go haywire. See? It's all connected. All right, you've identified some clues, so what's the next step? Well, it's time to roll up your sleeves for a simple, totally safe inspection that you can do yourself. And honestly, this can make a pretty surprising difference. Let's just walk through this. First, and this is the most important part for your safety, turn the HVAC system completely off at the thermostat. But don't stop there. Go to your home's breaker box and find the breaker for your furnace or AC. Flip it to the off position. This is how you make absolutely sure the power is cut. Then, you can safely unscrew a vent cover, vacuum out what you can reach, and put it all back together. Now, it's really important to remember that this quick cleanup is great for regular upkeep. It tackles the gunk you can see right at the surface, but it's absolutely not a substitute for a real deep clean that gets into the entire maze of your home's ductwork. And that brings us perfectly to our next section. Knowing the limits of what you can do yourself is so important. Some signs are more than just a simple clog. They're clear signals that you need to bring in a certified professional. Let's be totally clear here. If you even suspect you have mold, stop. Just stop. Don't touch it. Trying to clean it yourself without the right gear can actually release millions of spores into the air, and that could spread the problem through your entire house. The same goes for those persistent bad smells and any signs of pests. And big events like finishing a renovation or moving into a new place are the perfect time to call a pro and just hit the reset button. This really highlights the difference perfectly. Think of your monthly DIY cleanup as basic maintenance, kind of like brushing your teeth. A professional service, which you'd probably get every 3 to 5 years, that's like a deep cleaning from the dentist. They bring in these powerful, specialized tools to get rid of all that deep-seated gunk you could never, ever reach on your own. So, what do you really get for that professional service? I mean, is it worth it? It's so much more than just clean ducts. It's a strategic investment in your home's health, its safety, and its efficiency. The payoff is huge. Your air is healthier because you're physically removing allergens from the system. Your HVAC runs more efficiently, which helps lower those energy bills, and you're cutting down on all that dust in your home. But there's one more critical benefit here that gets overlooked way too often, and that is fire safety. This statistic from the US Fire Administration is just staggering. Flammable stuff like lint and dust and debris can build up in these hidden pathways, creating a very serious hazard. A thorough professional cleaning clears all of that out, directly reducing the risk and buying you some invaluable peace of mind. So I'll just leave you with this one question. After everything we've talked about, the dust, the smells, the uneven temperatures, what signs might your own home be giving you? What is your air quality trying to tell you? It just might be time to listen.